Hi, it's Debbie Smith-Torrence, and I'm back again with a nice training for you, something I've been thinking about doing. And I'm so sorry I haven't been able to get back with you sooner, but it's been extremely busy for my team in the 3MT opportunity. And what I really want to say to you is that why did we join the tea business? Why did we get into 3MT? The reason why we got into 3MT, because the time was right. 3MT has a very lucrative compensation plan. So lucrative to one person said to one of my team members, do you think they'll be able to keep up this compensation plan? I haven't seen anything like it. Absolutely. That was 8-9 months ago. Absolutely. But why is the 3MT opportunity so awesome? Well, first of all, there's two sides to it that I want to talk about. There's the business side and there's the medicinal side. So let's talk about the business side this week. And we'll get to the medicinal side sometime next week or the following week, but we'll get to it. What we're looking at is the fact that if you stop and look at tea, everywhere you look now, there's a tea commercial. Coca-Cola has a tea commercial, which is honest tea. Unilever has a tea commercial. Starbucks has a tea commercial. Why are all these people getting into tea? These companies are not just getting into tea to be getting into tea. Tea is a very lucrative resource for you financially. Financially, I don't think people know that tea is being looked at to become part of the stock market as a commodity. Our opportunity provides for us to be able to, sometime next year, to be able to have holdings in stock. And so that means in tea. And so that means when the tea commodity becomes, when it's not private anymore, okay, and it goes public, we'll be already poised for success. That's something for you to look at. As we build these markets, as we help the company build the market, if you are anything in stock, like Coca-Cola is not a private company, it's a public company. Same thing with Starbucks. They're not a private company, they're a public company. But if you look at network marketing, we're all stockholders because we invested in the opportunity. Okay, so once we invest into the opportunity and we pool all of our monies together, what ends up happening is that we can do more together than individually. Some people never even think about it like that. That's why we call it network and networking and network marketing. That's why we call it that. But then we go back to 3MT again and we look at the different tea offerings that they have. And I don't mean we look at to say this kind of tea and that type of tea, but the different type of offerings, how we can sell our tea. Whether we want to do a wholesale offering, a retail offering, or if we want to sell it to someone publicly, we can. What allows us to do this is because we know about the business of tea. We know about the medicinal side of tea. We know about the industry in tea. We know what tea is being grown to be able to do. If I told you that tea is being literally at this point, if I was able to explain to you that tea is being cloned, you probably wouldn't even believe me, but I have the evidence, I have the information. We have information we've been studying on over and over and over again, and we keep adding more to it. We have our own university to be able to reduplicate what we've learned in our efforts so our team can be as strong collectively as any one person individually. So what we look at is why not tea? Why build in tea? Because tea is going to be one of the best commodities that you can have. You have to study it. Our team does regular team trainings. We do it every week. We train our team. We train new members coming in. We put them right in the university so they can start. These are not a bunch of PDFs. These are actual live trainings where they're able to understand on a weekly basis what they need to know to build in this opportunity. Your why has to be bigger than the opportunity. If your why is bigger than the opportunity, then you're going to be successful in the opportunity because you're going to crave success. You're going to want to position yourself for success. It's not about saying a lot of big words and throwing a lot of big words at you that you really don't understand. It's not about somebody flashing a car that they got from the company. It's not about somebody flashing a big home that they probably mortgaged up to the hilt about. It's not about that either. What it is all about is you being able to be bought into a network that you know is lucrative. You get honest tea on TV every single day. There's so many different tea companies. Unilever is on TV with their tea. So Starbucks is on TV with their tea. So what's the matter with you wrapping your head around something, thinking outside the box, and saying, if these people are willing to build a tea company and I can have stock in it, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I be like the stockholders that are in Coca-Cola? Why wouldn't I be like the stockholders that are in Starbucks? It's not that I can't be. I just seen this girl and she's asking us to come in. She's giving us an invitation to join her. And I know for a fact when I'm looking at it and seeing on TV, it's happening right in front of my eyes. And why do you always have to be a consumer? Why is it that the only time that people can look at something is when they're a consumer, whether they're tasting something, whether it's a beverage, whether they're eating something, buying something? But this is your opportunity not just to be a consumer, but to be a business owner. What happens when 3MT starts to build the tea gardens? The tea gardens will consist of training rooms. They'll have training pods in them, yoga studios in them. They'll be built something like the Starbucks, but they'll have yoga studios in them, training centers for us to be able to train to do exactly what I'm doing now all over the country and other countries. You want to ask us about this opportunity? If I told you we're in Latin America right now, since the time we started, we're in Honduras, we're in Mexico, we're all over Latin America. We're in Puerto Rico. Okay, we're in the Dominican Republic. We're also in Asia. We're in Korea, and not only Korea, we're in Japan. And guess what? I have more states than anybody in the 3MT opportunity in the United States. I sit on it. Okay, I've personally started developing the United States myself with my team. We will be in Baltimore, Maryland. We'll be having a private dinner with physicians there in Baltimore, Maryland, coming up with also my business partners, Charles Thomas and Dr. Hassa Johnson. From there, we'll be also having a conference. We'll be also having a medical conference that our team will be hosting. This is going to be in Marietta, Georgia, coming up in September as well. We're still on our tour. We also have another event coming up in Indianapolis. I'll be at all the events because I'm hosting these events with my team. So we are on the move. We are not playing with it. We are tapping into one of the most lucrative opportunities that's out there because it's in tea. It is in tea. You've got to ask yourself, what is CAM? What is complementary and alternative medicine? Tea plays one of the biggest roles in it that you can think of. So yes, why am I entertaining with doctors? Because that's what's going on. But I don't want to break all that down today. I just wanted to give you some information today, just a little bit of information as to why this is so lucrative for us. This is one of the reasons. Charles, how you doing? Francis, how you doing? My cousin Maurice, I see you there. And I see others, and thank you for giving me an audience and coming on to watch and understand what we have our hands on. I'm so excited for what we've been doing. I'm so excited for all the different territories we've opened from the Middle Eastern seaboard all the way down to the Midwest. I'm so excited all the way from New York to Baltimore, Maryland, to Virginia, to Connecticut, to Atlanta, to Illinois, to Wisconsin, to all over the United States. We have been busy. California, we have been busy getting down, doing our thing, doing it quietly though, doing it quietly with this tea, with 3MT. You want to ask yourself, what are they doing? It's just tea. It is not just tea. It's your future. It's a key to your future. It's a key to putting your kids through college. It's a key to all of. Bless you too, Maurice. Bless you, my cousin. My cousin all the way in Germany is listening. And I can't do anything but just give him a hug with technology. You want to know what makes our team better than the rest? Because I'm an IT developer, information technology, and we're fueled by the digital highway. We're fueled by it. We literally have artificial intelligence that work for us when we are sleeping, which is an extension of who we are. We are a new emergence in network marketing that's ran by digital technology, as if those are affiliates along with our affiliates. And we're teaching the things that need to be taught, not people getting in a room and just saying a bunch of things that saying to people what they want to hear. It's not not about that. It's about telling people the honest, God, solid truth. And you build it on bedrock. Bedrock is solid and it doesn't break. Some people might they might dwindle away, but the people that really have that why that's bigger than the opportunity, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere because everything you said and is showing them is evidence-based. All of it's evidence-based. When I can lose the amount of weight that I lost on this tea and having Graves' disease and gone into remission, it was enough for me. That's a whole nother story that I'm going to share with you. That was enough for me right there. I knew that from that moment on, we had our hands on something, and I needed to understand what happened to me and the why of what happened to me. I needed to understand what put me in a remissive state that I was actually, my body was healing itself. I needed to understand what happened to me after being in ICU, after being in the emergency room and then going straight up to ICU, not even understanding how sick I was, and then to the fact that I was introduced to this tea. And I stayed on the tea, and I just couldn't believe it. A lot of my team members are telling me I was taking high blood pressure medicine. My pressure is down. A lot of team members. It's a side to this. It's a science to it. And I know exactly what this science is. Hi, Hassa, Dr. Hassa Johnson. How are you doing? Hi, Christopher. How are you doing? Just keep on coming in. Keep coming in, because as the more you come, the more I'm going to train, the more I'm going to teach. But what you have to ask yourself, why don't I deserve a chance? Why don't I deserve a chance? This girl is breaking something down to me. I'm not a stockholder in Coca-Cola. I'm not a stockholder in Starbucks. I'm not a stockholder in some of the bigger tea companies. I'm not a stockholder in Unilever. But I can be something from the ground up in the 3MT opportunity. I could be a stockholder over here. I'm working with a progressive group of individuals, doctors, nurses that know this industry. They know the alternative medicine industry. This is medicine. This is business, all in one. It is all intertwined in one. And in order for you to get a piece of the pie, you need to move with people that know how to get to the pie and serve it up the right way. And trust and believe me, there's enough slices for everybody. There's enough to go around. I never tell you anything that I don't know is true. I only come to you with the truth after I've researched and researched and researched. That's when I can come to you. Sometimes you'll see me and you might not see me again for 2 weeks. Trust and believe I'm working on something in the background. The roots of my family, the way we were born, we are the roots that are in us. We were born to succeed. There were entrepreneurs in my family since the 30s. We were born to be entrepreneurs. It's in our bloodline. We don't really know anything else. We know what success looks like. We know what success feels like. And we know when it's not right. And I know for a fact this is right. So with those things being said, if you want to know how to get in touch with me and how to work with me, I also I have a fan page, okay, and a business page is called Work with Debbie Torrence. Okay, just start typing in Work with Debbie and like that page so you can keep up with me. Also on that page, there's a mini website to get to me where you can talk to me. If you send me a message and say, I want to know more about your opportunity and what you're doing, absolutely. We've got some great people that are running Latin America that are really great. Eduardo Flores, he's in Latin America. We have another doctor, Dr. Corbin Matthews. He's working with Asia as well, and also with Latin America. I'm working with the United States entirely. I'm working on that program, and then also trying to move into the Africa and territory in Africa as well. I've been invited to Nairobi, and I am going to be going to Nairobi, and I want to know more about Nairobi. And I want to, one of my cousins, my husband's cousin, she's a corporate lawyer, and she's doing a lot of work in Nigeria for women in Nigeria to bring opportunities, and I plan on bringing this opportunity to Nairobi, to Kenya, to Nigeria. I plan on bringing these opportunities. I'm going to have help with some of the people that have opened up channels, overseas channels, and yes, we are opening up an overseas channel to Africa. My team expressly is opening up this channel, so we're working on that as well. So there's a lot that's being done, and I'm so proud to just be in this opportunity, 3MT, and I'm so proud for what it done for me in my life, the healing that it brought to me. And I think God just set me down and said, you know what, I need you to sit down. I need you to stop everything you're doing. I need for you to just stop, because it's not what I have planned for you. Okay, and I'm going to sit you down. I'm going to take your health from you so I can sit you down. And then I'm going to bring you something back that you can understand, and you're going to understand that it works. And then when I'm done educating you and giving you the knowledge, you're going to share this knowledge with other people as well. And so this is what I am doing. And I'm asking and inviting you, if I said anything here today that you want to know more about, you have an opportunity to talk to some of my team members, my leaders on my team. We have Mr. Willie Staley, that's out of Atlanta, Georgia. We have Mr. Charles. We have him. Charles I'm so proud of him. He's a professional trainer. There's no one that he trains that makes under $150,000 a year. And this is, he has clients that he trains in Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Okay, the Beltway. How you doing, Chad? So he trains those people. When he's training those people, we have very prominent people on our team. I handpick a handful of prominent team members that understand business. Either they're doctors, they're registered nurses, they're in the medical profession, they're in the wellness profession, or spas. I have nothing but businesses surrounding my whole team. So we know. We don't have to explain. We know how to go to work, and we know what we're working on. And so these are the things that make us the team that we are. These are the things that have given us an opportunity to uplift ourselves in the 3MT opportunity. If I told you about the hospitals that are in alternative medicine, it with some of the top hospitals, Mayo Clinic is one of them, Johns Hopkins Hospital, teaching hospitals, Uppsala University, University of Iowa. I'm not just talking out the side of my neck as if I am just, giving you some information and hope that you bite. No, I'm telling you, follow this business plan, follow this roadmap. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to get on the wheel. And that's all I'm saying to you. So with this being said today, I hope I said something today to impress upon you what we're doing, and to open up, just give you just an inside glance of how we really get down. When we get down, we get down. And when we go and talk to other physicians, because this is their livelihood, we can explain it to them in no uncertain terms why it works, because these are other physicians on our team that's doing the same thing. So I'm just going to say to you, with this being said, I'm hoping that, I really said something to impress upon you, to build generational wealth, residual income through our 3MT Tea Gardens. That's one thing. We're building them all over the United States. Once our memberships, 2,000 in any market, we'll be building those. You people that go in as customers will get a membership card. That membership card will tie back to us. So every time they use that card, part of that sale goes back to you directly. And that's your stock in the franchise. To me, that's what it feels like to me. So am I pushing this? Absolutely. Do I believe in it? 150% committed. Do I know that it can work? Yes. It works business-wise, and it also works on the medical side. Okay, don't be surprised if a hospital is working with 3MT, because we're working on it. Trust and believe me, we're working on it. So with that being said, that's enough today. I'll see you on the next training. If you want to know more about what I'm doing, just contact me and we can go from there. But for now, Team Auspicious is going to say to you, be blessed, stay successful, keep your head in the game, and let's get the job done. We know that our country is going into a recession. And what was this about today, this training? It was about your plan B. Do you have a plan B? I just gave you one. I just gave you a serious plan B. I just gave you a way to not be part of this recession. We know what 2007 was, 2008, 2009. We're being told every day by economists that we're going to experience what we experienced in 2007, 2008, 2009, but it will be worse because of the terrorists and the global terrorists, all those things that are going on, not terrorists, terrorists, all those things that are going on. We're going to experience that. People are going to start losing their homes. They're going to start losing their cars. They're going to start losing their 401ks. The steel industry is affected. The car industry is affected. Volvo is affected. Mercedes-Benz is affected. Siemens Medical Company is being affected. A lot of companies can't do deals in Iran where they were counting as this to be part of their business plan and expansion, and they were counting millions and millions of dollars are being lost by these companies. So when this month, it's a lot more than just those companies. But when these companies have to trim the bottom line, they trim salaries and people start to experience layoffs. Okay, so these are the things to the point that if companies like Harley Davidson is moving overseas, a lot is happening. Wake up, get your plan B. Start looking at what's going on with the economy. Start watching start watching Bloomberg. Start watching CNN Money. Start watching these things so you can be better prepared to understand what's going to go on. Get preparedness is everything. You don't have to just sit there and say, oh Lord, we're going to go through this. Okay, well, if you know you're going to go through it, do something about it. So with that being said, okay, Wooly, you doing it. One of my team members said you doing it. Thank you, Wooly. So what I'm saying to you is if you know these things are going to happen to you, I don't want to preach today. I'm not preaching. I hope I'm teaching. That's what I hope I'm doing. If all of these things are going to happen, what is your plan B? That's the bit. I hope when you go to sleep at night, that resonates in your head. What is your plan B? Your plan B needs to be, I'm going to get up. I'm going to move. If I don't get with Debbie Smith-Torrence, I'm getting with somebody. I'm going to make something work. What is different about us? We got everything that matters. First of all, we're in an industry that's booming. Number two, we're in an opportunity that has one of the most lucrative compensation plans. That's number two. Number three, the supply and demand on our product, the demand is higher than the supply to the point that the tea is being cloned. The first genomes were unlocked in tea. So that means, yes, absolutely, it's going to be cloned, because if anything ever happens to tea, and with the global warming that's going on and all of the tsunamis and all those different things, tea estates sometimes get wiped out and they have to start from scratch again. And that's something else for us to look at. That's number three. And then we come back again to the next step, because tea is going to become a commodity. I've read it. I've seen it. It's in an auction system right now. But once it becomes a commodity and we've built and we've done our work and our reward is a stock with 3MT, well, we already in there. We already working on it before it can even happen. So that's what happens when you keep your head down and get your work done. You're working on it before it can even happen. So when it does happen, you right there at the finish line. You're not at the finish line. You only just earn the right to be looked at. But you're right there. You're right there. And your hard work is paying off. And then you go reduplicate and help other people do the same thing, and you grow even more. So with that being said, we got at it today. We got down into the meat and the bones of the thing. So I'm just going to tell you, think about this. You know how to find me. You know where to find me. I'll talk to you later. This is Debbie Smith-Torrence signing out for the 3MT opportunity. And first and foremost, God. And secondly, I just want to thank my team and tell them we're rolling and we're doing what needs to be done. And I'm proud of each and every one of you. Even if I haven't had an opportunity to talk to you, I'm proud of each and every one of you. You have my number. You know if you need me, call me. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Uh-oh, finish.